Hello, everyone. Good evening. I might have found a quiet moment, and I don't know if this quiet moment is going to last. I might have disturbances from the outside, as I usually do. So, I was going through the different news items. I just entered three words: Joe Rogan, Spotify, nothing else. And I have selected three articles, and the reason I selected this article is because it's a longer article. Joe Rogan clarifies on Spotify controversy, explains his side of story, but says sorry. Uh, Joe Rogan issued a clarification on the Spotify controversy over COVID-19 misinformation, explaining his side of the story, but also saying sorry. I did look through some articles earlier on, and a lot of the articles that are coming up in the feed in a search are very similar articles, one similar to the other. They're repeated, but some articles would have more detail. Spotify shares rebound after Joe Rogan apology, Citigroup upgrade. This was not something I saw earlier, but it does make sense. However, he has a video on Instagram. I haven't watched it. Excuse me. I think it's a 10-minute video, and of course, the ideal thing to do would be to listen to what he has to say. Here it is. This is embedded in the post. So when I put the link, you could of course listen to what Joe Rogan has to say. I don't need to add anything to what he has to say. It's all here. So something that the news source, the Republic World, has pulled from that. Do I get things wrong? I absolutely do. Whenever I get something wrong, I try to get it corrected because I'm interested in telling the truth. As he shared that he had also got doctors who had different opinions than those doctors too, who made the contrary to narrative statements. So I'd encourage you to listen to what he has to say because that would be the best thing to do. That's Joe Rogan speaking for himself. And you can make your own decision. Excuse me. What I can try is to have more experts with different opinions right after I have the controversial ones. Oftentimes I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. That's why my conversations are not the most fleshed out, because I'm literally having it in real time, he said. And that is the truth. That's how it is. And somewhere else I read that he said, I've done my research, or I do my research before any such interview. And I believe he does. But sometimes he also pulls up references right during the podcast. And how much time he has to go through the research and how thoroughly he can, and how much of it he can remember. It's all, it varies how he's feeling that day. And no one can expect him to just remember everything. No one can specialize in everything and remember everything. That's the whole point of inviting a guest. So, well, do listen to what he has to say. I haven't yet. I'll do that. This is the other article. Spotify, Joe Rogan address COVID-19 content backlash. And the important thing now, other than what Joe Rogan has to say, would be what Spotify CEO Daniel Ek has to say. And for that, this would be the reference. This is from the Spotify website. So it says Spotify's platform rules and approach to COVID-19. Excuse me. Today, the disturbance is all from me, not from outside. So, this again, I'll put the link in the video description, and do go through it in as much detail as you wish to. So, these bullet points, and there are links after that. It does say here, I'm just reading from here, based on the feedback over the last several weeks, it's become clear to me that we have an obligation to do more to provide balance and access to widely accepted information from the medical and scientific communities guiding us through this unprecedented time. These issues are incredibly complex. We've heard you, especially those from the medical and scientific communities, and are taking the following steps. So I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll put the link in the video description. I don't want to make this too long because Joe Rogan has spoken for himself through Instagram, and the CEO of Spotify has spoken through this article and the other links. If I open this link, I'm not going to put these links in the video description. I would leave that to you to explore further, but the links are on this page. And there's a COVID-19 hub on Spotify. So, well, that's going to open, I don't know, in what form? Probably not a text. So anyhow, these links would be on this page, and you can look through that or hear through that. So that's about all the time I want to spend on this. It's been a little over 7 minutes, and as I'm suggesting that you go through this information, I'll also go through this information at a later time. But this is just to get you interested. The information is here. It's not only on Twitter. It's from the sources themselves. So I'm just going to leave the links, and then you can do what you want. Thank you for your time, and goodbye.